yet they are pushing that agenda. You see why it is important that you share videos when you see them. When you see us passing information, you share the video. Mainly the autopiloters. Mazin Nan, they cannot do give us instruction to share the video of our brother Simon Ekpa. Wherever you see Simon Ekpa video and instruction, share it. It is going to save a lot of life. The world is watching. Even if they do not want to do anything, we will continue to speak and speak and speak, so that when we begin to act as we are starting now, as we have started taking action, they will not say we didn't cry. They will not say we didn't complain. They wouldn't say we didn't tell anybody. The world have had us. We have cried enough. We have died enough. We have spoken enough. It is time for us to defend ourselves. The defense of Biafra land have been activated. Those whose responsibility it is to defend Biafra land, they know themselves and they will do the needful. All you have to do is to support the ESN. The ESN, support them the best way you can. Don't wait until the day of fundraising. Go to the platform, go to the flyer. Any place you see the ESN flyer, you will see the address there. You see the link of how to pay through the website. Go to our brother Simon Ekpa platform. You will see the flyer. In this my platform, you will see a flyer there. You see the flyer. See the website. You can donate to that website at any given time. Don't wait until the day of fundraising. Do not wait. We are going to sponsor them and support them to make sure that this very defense that have been activated will be effective. We cannot sleep. We cannot keep quiet and watch them continue to mow us down. This is the time for us to disseminate information. If you see something, you say something. Don't keep silent. If you see something, mainly our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, we are getting into the tough stage. We are getting into a tough stage. At this stage, if you see something, you must say something. Don't keep silent. Don't keep silent. Those of us that are abroad, when you get information, share it to your families in Nigeria. Share it to their families. Tell them what is happening. Information is power. It is through information that we can be able to be alive. It is through information that we can be able to stay safe. It is through information that we know what is happening and what will happen when it has not yet happened. When you have the information, nothing is going to take you by surprise. We do not want these people to take us by surprise. They will not. And we don't want to surprise any Biafran. That is why it is important we come online on a daily basis and begin to speak of the situation of things and the way forward. Today, Biafrans are ready to defend themselves. We are going to defend ourselves by all means possible. It is not going to be easy, but we are not relenting. It's not going to be a child's play. It is not going to be a child's play to defend Biafra land. It's not a child's play. But any place you are in Biafra land, you must stand firm and stand strong. You must stand firm and stand strong and be focused. The challenges are going to be tougher, but at the end of the day, it is going to be easy. Mazin Nan cannot made it clear that they're going to kill us, and we are going to kill them. But at the end of the day, Biafra will definitely come. That is the end point of it. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And 2023 marks the Biafra coming. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or you don't believe it. If you don't believe it, you are going to sleep in Nigeria and you wake up in the morning, you find out that you're in Biafra land. That is how it's going to happen. You will sleep and you wake up and you discover that now you are in Biafra. It is no longer in the Zoological Republic. It's definitely going to happen. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or you don't believe it. That doesn't matter. It doesn't count anymore. It doesn't count anymore. And we don't have time to begin to convince you to believe. Everything that is happening today, if you're not convinced with the things you are seeing happening, you are not yet convinced, it's left for you. That is your business. If you're not yet convinced, it's your own business. We can't force you. You have rights. If you decide to commit suicide on your own, you have the right to take your own life. There are so many countries in the world where people can decide to take their own life. They just go and take their life. So many people have that right to take their life. So we can't stop you. Whatever you choose to do, it is your own. It's your personal idea, whatever you choose to do. But for Biafra, Biafra will definitely come. And every single one of us have a role to play in the coming of Biafra. We have a role to play. Anything you know you can do, that thing that Chukwuka is putting in your heart on a daily basis, start doing it. Don't wait until somebody come and encourage you. Don't wait until somebody come and praise you. Don't wait until you begin to gather people. Don't wait. On your own, begin to do that little thing. That thing you call little. That thing you call little that Chukwuka is putting in your heart. When you do it and Chukwuka breathes in it, when you breathe in it, it is going to go wild. It's going to go farther than you expect. Just like as we are broadcasting. As you are broadcasting, you can see 20 people watching, you see 3 people or 4 people watching. Those people are reaching out to other people. Other people are reaching on that. Before you know it, the whole world will get information of what is happening. Everything we are saying today is having effect. It's having effect. The world is watching. The world is watching. You think they're not seeing it? Sometimes you think that the world are not listening. They are listening and they are seeing what is happening. You see, recently they came and said that Mazen Nandekan should be released. In as much as we know that what they are saying, just proof. It's just a proof to show that they know what is going on in Biafra land. And they are hearing us, they are seeing us. That is just a proof. It is not because of what they said. Because if they are serious, they are not going to say it. If they are serious, they are going to give sanction. This is more than a year. More than a year, an innocent man is being detained. And up to today, Mazen Nandekan is still facing torture. Mazen Nandekan is still going through torture in the hand of the DSS. Go and check the last visit. In the last visit, they have made it more difficult for the lawyers to go and see him. In the last visit of the lawyer, go and check the update that Barrister Ejiofor gave. Go and check the update. You see the update of Barrister Ejiofor. The Janjaweed have now, the Caliphate, they have made the procedure more tough for them. They never obeyed any order from the court. They don't obey any order. DSS don't obey any order. They have made the visit of Mazen Nandekan by the lawyers much more difficult. Made it more difficult. They don't allow them to go in group to go and discuss Mazen Nandekan as they're supposed to talk about the case. What they do is that they will make the visit last for 4 hours instead of 2 hours it's supposed to last. And what they have to do, they will have to admit everybody one by one. Each lawyer will go. This lawyer will go. The one will go. They cannot. 2 lawyers cannot enter at the same time, which is against the agreement in the court, against the law. They try to abuse the right of Mazen Nandekan to make sure that they destabilize everything that has to do with the case. This is the kind of frustration the lawyers are facing. And as you're watching the video, Mazen Nandekan is still wearing the same clothes. Mazen Nandekan is still under solitary confinement. We are not sure of his feeling. We are not sure of what is happening to him. He's still under torture. He is still going through torture. And all of a sudden, the only thing you can hear United Nations saying is release Mazen Nandekan within 6 months. If not for the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who can survive what Mazen Nandekan has survived for more than 1 year? You want to extend it for another 6 months. If not for the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who can survive what Mazen Nandekan has survived? All the way from Kenya. Who can survive what Mazen Nandekan have gone through? All the way from Kenya and came to Nigeria. He is still under solitary confinement up to today. Up to today, they have not allowed Mazen Nandekan to see his doctor. Up to today, they have not allowed Mazen Nandekan to see his doctor. His glasses, they have not allowed him to use his glasses, knowing fully well that he has a bad sight. And all they can do, all the United Nations can say is release him from now to 6 months. Without any strong word, without any sanction, without anything. As they are saying it, you still see people in that Russian Republic gallivanting, their officials, say traveling to UK, US, and parading themselves all over the world. Who are you deceiving? But you can't deceive Biafrans. We are standing firm to make sure that we free Mazen Nandekan. Just as I have always said, we are not hoping on anybody to free Mazen Nandekan. But we, the Biafran people, we're going to free him through our actions and our deed. What you are doing, what I'm doing, is what is going to trigger the freedom of Mazen Nandekan. And unless we continue to increase our effort in what we're doing, don't relax and say because you had an announcement from the United Nations, because of that, you stop doing what you're doing. Because of that, you slow your speed. What you are supposed to do is to increase anything you know you have been doing before, increase it more. If you have been praying, pray more. If you have been acting, act more. If you have been broadcasting, broadcast more. If you have been fighting, fight more. Anything you're doing, if you are protesting, protest more. If you are sitting at home, sit at home much more than you have ever done before. That is what we are supposed to be doing to make sure that Mazen Nandekan can be free. If they are playing the game to make you think that maybe everything is okay, so that you can stop doing that, you better not listen to that those garbage. Every single thing you see them talking is just a distraction. It's a distraction. My only joy is that it is confirmed that they know what is going on. They know what Mazen Nandekan is going through. They know the truth. And that is the difference between the white people and the black people. This is the difference between the white and the black. This is different. The black people know, the white people, no matter how wicked they are, no matter how evil they are, no matter how bad they are, at the end of the day, they cannot shy away from speaking the truth. They cannot shy away from opening their mouth to speak the truth. But in Africa, they are so, their heart is so damaged that even when they are saying the truth, when you are choking when the truth is choking them on their neck, they will never speak until they die. When the truth is choking them, they will never speak. Instead, they prefer dying. That is the kind of people we have in the Zoological Republic. They see the truth that is very plain before their own very eyes, and you see them. People will say pretend as if they're not seeing it. That is why somebody will go and bring fake bishop, somebody who is planning to be a president, somebody that wants to be a president will go and organize. You say that religion doesn't matter. You are the same person saying that religion doesn't matter, that any religion at all can be a president. It doesn't matter. If religion doesn't matter, why is it so important for you? If religion doesn't really matter, why is it very important for you to go and begin to bring fake bishops? If religion doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter who becomes the vice president or who becomes the president or who becomes whatever. If it doesn't matter, why is it now necessary for you to go and begin to pay people to go come and impersonate bishop? Why? And you do that. They did that, and they went. They did that, and with all pleasure, they went free. Nobody is now talking about it anymore. People just spoke about it that day, and the next day, people go about their business as if nothing happened. Those people who impersonated the bishops, they have address. People recognize them. People know them. People know them. They recognize them by their name, by who they are. And yet, the government is defending them and protecting them. The government is protecting them. Tell me, if it were a Christian, that impersonated an imam, if it was a Christian that wore the regalia of imam to come and pretend to be an imam and come and impersonate, do you know what would have happened in Nigeria now? Do you know what would have? You know how many people that would have died today? Do you know what would have happened in Sokoto, in Kano, in Borno? Do you know what would have happened in the northern part of Nigeria? If, assuming, let's say, for example, such a thing happened in Lagos, and they discovered that the people who came to claim to be imam are fake, they are Christians who just came and wore clothes of imam. Can you imagine what would have happened in the northern part of Nigeria? By today, now you would have been counting death toll. You'll be counting cops. What you'll be counting is how many people have been killed. But simply because they feel that everything is in their hand. They feel that the Christians don't have the strength, they don't have the energy, they care not about themselves. They went and impersonated bishops in a way that is so open. It's not even there wasn't even any sophisticated idea they brought into it. They did it with the people that many people know that was recognized. People that were recognized, people have their numbers and address, and they saw them. People captured them on video. Even where they were sharing the money. Even when some of them was going back home in a motorbike, people videoed them. And yet, the people who did that impersonation were not arrested. And yet, the person that conducted that impersonation is still going to run for president. And yet, you still see people campaigning for that person online. You see, that is the kind of mentality of black people. If it were to be white men, if that had happened in the Western world, that day, that your presidential candidate ceased to become a presidential candidate. Even the party itself will remove the person and put another person. If that kind of thing happened in the Western world, that day, even the party itself will remove that very person. They will put that person and put another person. But in the Zoological Republic, you still see youths still parading that man, praising him. You see youth making arguments. You see people still coming to debate that he's the best. See their conventional media, people still coming to defend him on conventional media. It doesn't matter. That is why we must not be part of any election. That is why we must not be part of any election in the Zoological Republic. We cannot. We must not be part of any election in that Zoological Republic. We can't be a part of it. There will be no election. And they know it very well. They know it. The caliphate know very well that there will be no election in Biafra. They know it. The only people who are pretending not to know are even the people in Biafra, the Biafra people. Those one Nigerians from southern part of Nigeria, those one Nigerians, they are the people who are pretending that they don't know that the election is not going to hold. They are the one pretending. But the caliphate themselves, the Fulanis, know that the election cannot hold. And they are preparing. They are getting ready to unleash their mayhem and their war. That is why it is important that you support the ESI. Because the Fulanis, they know. The Fulani Caliphate and the jihadists, they know very well that the election is not going to hold. And they are preparing, waiting for the order. You heard it, many people have made a confession, said that they are all over. They have surrounded the whole places and they are waiting for instruction. That instruction is what is going to be triggered during this election period. Election is not going to hold. It will not hold. If you are a reasonable and responsible, what you have to be telling your family today is to prepare and get enough preparation for themselves. Go back to your region. If you are women and you care about your family in Biafra land, you tell them to prepare themselves. Get as much food as they want. Reserve things at home. Reserve food at home. Reserve so many things at home. Keep themselves in touch. Let them be at alert at all moments. Anything can happen. A time might come when you cannot be able to go to the market, but it's not going to last for a long time. It's not going to last for a long time, but that time will definitely come when you will not have the opportunity to go to the market to buy anything. So today that you have the chance, begin to stock up food for yourself. All those necessary things that you need on a daily basis. These information I'm giving you are very, very important. You might take it for a joke. It's left for you. Take it for a joke. But they are very important. Just like when you saw the sit at home that our spokesman called. The sit at home that our spokesman called, within the space of 2 days, the sit at home was called and people had. Begin to prepare yourself. Begin to prepare yourself. Everything is, you cannot get everything verbatim on the internet like this. We cannot tell you everything verbatim on the internet. But we are going to give you the tips. It's left for you to make use of the information you get. When you get an information, pass it on. Pass it to your, that is why you must share the video. Pass it on to your brothers and sisters, your relatives, your friends. Even if you're abroad, pass it down to people in Biafra land because they are the most important people that we must protect. Our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, they are precious to us and they are the most important people that we must be thinking about and protecting. Giving them every necessary information because it is only that information that will keep them alive. This is one key thing that's going to keep them alive. Information. Information is very key. That is why if you are in Biafra land, make sure you listen to Voice of Biafra. Voice of Biafra, 97.5 FM. If you don't have it in your area, make sure you identify. Identify and let us know. Write your location. If you can sponsor it, you can sponsor it. If you can sponsor it on yourself, just notify yourself that you can sponsor it. You can communicate with our brother Simon Ekpa on his platform, or you can reach out to Honorable Azoka. Reach out to Honorable Azoka and make your donation to make sure you have a radio in your zone. It is not expensive. You can sponsor it. Anybody can sponsor it. If you call your area and you find out that in your area, your family is not getting the radio, they're not getting the radio, make sure that you have a radio in that very area. The struggle is sponsored by Biafrans themselves, not by any stranger anywhere, not by any ghost anywhere. It is by Biafran, you and I. So if there is no radio in your area, call your family, ask them, they say there's no radio. Let us know. Let us know there's no radio there. Contact our brother Simon Ekpa. Contact our brother Simon Ekpa. Contact the leader of Umada or any member of Umada or any member of autopiloters, the broadcasters. Contact them. They will give you access on how to reach out and make sure that there is a radio in your area. Listen to that radio. Voice of Biafra, 97.5 FM. Any place you are, you listen to that radio to give you information and update on what is going on. If you have access to internet, follow our brother Simon Ekpa on Twitter. Follow him on Twitter. He's tweeting, even when he's not broadcasting, he's tweeting. He's tweeting. You can be getting information, first-hand information when these things are happening. You will be knowing what is going on. You know when to stand and when to run and when to eat and when not to eat. You know when to prepare yourself and when not to. Follow his broadcast every evening. These are the means through which you can be able to be updated and have the right information. Information is key. Information is key. Information is power. It is very, very important. And mind the people you listen to. Mind the people you listen to. It is not every video that you must share. Not everybody must listen to. Today, you see there are some people who claim to be agitators today, but they are still busy gossiping. They are still busy today fighting their brothers and sisters. They are busy destroying themselves. They are busy talking about money. They are busy abusing each other. They are busy. When they come on, go to their platform, you see what they do. When you go to their platform, you see that they are abusing one person or the other. When you see such people, you don't have to go to their platform. You don't challenge them. Don't type anything on their platform. Just scroll out and go. Look for somewhere else. If you don't have anything to do, anything to do, go and begin to play the broadcast of Master Nandekano and listen to it. If you don't have any other person to watch, go and listen to broadcast of Master Nandekano. Watch the broadcast, listen to it. You will learn a lesson. It is much better for you than for you to go and be listening to gossip. Those who come online, it's either they are talking against the Igbo Biafrans, or they are talking against Master Simon Ekpa, or they are talking against one agitator or one other agitator, or they are analyzing the video of their fellow Biafra. When you see those people, just walk away. Walk away from them. Don't waste your data there. Don't even go and type and say you want to fight them or don't fight them. Don't, just walk away. There's no time for that. This is the time to spread the gospel of victory, the gospel of restoration. That is where we are, to restore Biafra. It is not the time for gossip. It's not the time to begin to look at your shoulder. It's not the time to begin to look at who is this and who is that. It's time going to look who gave order, who did not give order. What matters today is what you are doing. What are your intentions? What are your intentions? And that is how you can be able to find out the truth. The way you can be able to find out the truth. What is the truth? Before you begin to say that this person is truthful, this person is saying the truth, try to find out what is the motive behind that thing that person is saying. The way to find out the truth is to find out, first of all, try to find out what is the motive behind what that person is saying. Why is he saying what he's saying? Sometimes people will bring an information that looks like real. They'll bring a real information. But before you can accept that real information as truth, try to use your common sense to find out what is the motive behind this very thing that this person is saying. What is the motive? When you find the motive, then you can be able to judge and say that the person is saying the truth or is lying. That is the way to be able to know the truth and the lies. The motive. There are certain things that I might say here, very correct. But when you look at my motive, if my motive of saying it is to demonize somebody or to destroy my own brother or to make sure that Biafra does not come or to destroy it, then you know that that truth I'm saying is a half-done truth and it can never be truth. But when you see that my motive of saying what I'm saying is to make sure that we continue to pursue the agenda of Biafra and make sure that our freedom is being achieved, then it doesn't matter what anybody is saying. I'm saying the truth. It is very important for you to look at the motive behind every action. The state that we are now, there are so many enemies everywhere. So many enemies, including in our families. In IPOB, there are so many enemies in IPOB. So many enemies, so many distractors, so many distractors who are not serious. So many distractors. Including our various families. Some of us have distractors in our families. People who don't care about the Biafra issue. Some of us have some people who are benefactors because they are benefactors and they don't care. They feel they're okay. Some of us have some family members who are politicians. Some of them are preparing to be local government chairman. Some are preparing to be commissioners. Some are preparing to be governors. Some are preparing to be one thing or the other in that Zodiac Republic. And when you're talking about Biafra, they know nothing about it. So when you see them talking, they are going to talk in a different way to favor them. That is why you see some people, those people whom their family members or their friend or whatever is aspiring for one position or the other. When you see them, when you're talking with them, you'll be surprised. They tell you, but it's like we'll try P2B. You'll be surprised. Somebody who is a fellow agitator, you and him have been agitating for Biafra. All of a sudden, he's telling you to go and try P2B. What is the difference between P2B and every other politician in Nigeria? What is the difference? Every politician in Nigeria, they are the same thing. They are the same thing, the same agenda. The same agenda. They are going to swear in that same evil oath, 1999 Constitution. They will take that same evil oath, that same constitution that is killing you, that same constitution that is making you demonized, that same constitution that is making you not to have freedom, that same constitution that makes you a third-class citizen. That is what they are going to be sworn into. They will be sworn into office with that same constitution. So why do you think that there's somebody that is being sworn in, someone that is sworn in that 1999 constitution that makes sure that you are a slave, that makes sure that you are being killed, that makes sure that your voice is not being heard? How do you think that somebody will swear on that constitution and then all of a sudden we change 360 degrees and begin to support you? I don't know how people reason. I don't know how possible is that, but I don't see the possibility anywhere. I don't see the possibility anywhere. Because each time you see all these politicians, they will always remind you that they swore an oath. Each time you see that they swore an oath to defend the Zoological Republic. They would think they swore an oath. If there is nothing they remember, that is the one they remember. That oath they swore to protect their evil agenda, to protect the caliphate, and to protect their loot. They will always remember that they swore an oath. Then how do you think that somebody will go and swear that oath and now begin to do things the other way around? How? That is where you see the motive I'm talking about. When you see somebody who is supposed to be an agitator, somebody who is supposed to be joining you and say, no election in Biafra land, Somebody who is supposed to be joining you and saying that we have to defend our land, but he's telling you, oh, let's calm down a little bit. Let's calm down. Let us not take it this way. The way we are doing it is not going to be better. Let us try this one. Let us take two phases. Let us open two angles. If we cannot get this side, so we can get this side. When you begin to see them speak in that manner, just run. Run for your dear life. Run for your dear life. They are the people who are not consistent. Remember, in this very page, remember our memory verse. Our memory verse in this very page is consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. That is our memory verse here. And if you're not consistent, you are not with us. We are not with you. We don't know who you are. We don't know what you are following and what you're pursuing or what is pursuing you. We don't know. If you're not consistent, you're on your own. That is why today we are proud of the person we have as a spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa. We are very proud of him. We are very proud of him. As he stands today, up to today, as you're watching the video, he still remains the only person that has remained very, very consistent, unchanging. He still remains the only person that remains very, very consistent, unchanging. With all the attack, with all the promises, with all the damages, with all the things, still he is remaining consistent, focused, building on that solid foundation of Mazen Nadekam. Building on solid foundation of Mazen Nadekam. He has repeated it time and time again that Mazen Nadekam remains the only leader of the struggle. He is not fighting for any post. He's not fighting to be a leader. Chukwu Okakabiyama made him the spokesperson. When it became obvious that somebody must have to stand and speak and communicate to the world what the Biafra have decided, Chukwu Okakabiyama anointed him and tell him, go ahead and speak. And that was how he became the spokesman. It wasn't by any vote. It wasn't by any appointment. It wasn't by any vote. Chukwu Okakabiyama anointed him. Even before then, there were people, devil will always try to bring the counterfeits. There were people who ganged up together. They came and hold an election and say, who is going to be our leader? Let us elect a leader. Now that Mazen Nadekam, he said, they did their vote. After doing their vote, they say, Mazen Nadekam rejected that offer. He told them that as long as Mazen Nadekam is still alive, he's still there. He remains the leader of the struggle. He rejected them. Today, those people who came together to anoint him that time, give him that fake anointing that he rejected, today, every one of them is fighting him. Even those people they say today have rejected Mazen Nadekam, they have rejected Biafra. They say Biafra doesn't exist anymore. They have taken a different name for themselves. They have taken a different name for themselves. If not for the grace of Chukwu Okakabiyama at that time, what they would have done that time, after they have done it, if someone ever have accepted it that time, by today, we don't know what would have been happening. By today, we don't know the kind of message they'll be preaching. We don't know what will be happening. But because Chukwu Okakabiyama have already shown him and told him what will happen when it will happen, he rejected their offer and said that Mazen Nadekam remains the leader of the struggle until the appointed time. When it becomes obvious that somebody has to speak, then he took up the spokesmanship to speak on behalf of Biafra. Everything that Biafra agrees together, whatever we agree, he will come out and tell the world. And those of us in the media will make sure that the world hears us. Make sure that information goes and continues to move. Information is power. You must pay attention, but pay attention to the right source. Pay attention to the right source. Don't pay attention to people who are gossiping. People who are still busy talking about irrelevant things. People who are still busy going back and forth. Go and check them, those of them who are gossiping today. When you see some of their video, every single thing that Simon ever have said in the past that they have denied, that is what they have finally accepted, and they're using it to fight each other. They are using that same revelation, that same revelation that someone ever made about them. That is what they are using against each other. Before, they were denying it. When they were in group, when they were in a group fighting, they were fighting. All of them were focused on fighting. Only my Simon and Master Simon was revealing their secrets and their evil. And they denied it. But today, that same thing that Master Simon revealed is what they are using to fight each other. That same thing, they have now accepted it. Each side have accepted it. Today, they are waging war against each other. But we don't have time for that. We are focused on the restoration of Biafra. 2023, the coming of Biafra. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what anybody does. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or you don't believe it, whether you like it or you don't like it. That doesn't matter. What matters is Biafra is coming, and it must come. No man born of a woman can stop the coming of Biafra. You can't stop it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu even came to court and reminded us again that Biafra must surely come. That is why he's there. That's why he's there.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand in the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We'll crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold the whole of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals, they are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You cannot go everywhere. We must continue.